Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I'm Robin. So I've been meaning to do a video on this topic for a while now. So I'm very passionate about this particular topic. So the topic is on colorism, and I want to ask a question here. Is the colorism conversation still taboo in 2026? I'm asking you all because I feel like it is. And it's really sad to me because although I will say I notice more people are having the conversation and more men are having the conversation. More men are educating themselves, and I love that. However, to me, it's still not enough. I don't understand, how do we all agree that racism is bad? Like, if most people, anyways, I think most people with like a healthy mindset, even people probably, I'll go as far as saying with mental health issues, like if you ask a lot of people, is racism wrong, is it bad, most will say yes and agree that it's bad. And if you're, however, for whatever reasons, colorism, and colorism is pretty much racism within the same communities of people. So if you ask someone, oh, it's let's talk about colorism, or is colorism bad? I feel like some people just don't want to have the conversation, especially people in the public eye or people who are considered celebrities. It's very heartbreaking to see them downplay the topic. Why do you all feel this is? I understand some people feel like there's money on the line, or their reputation is on the line. However, we have to have the conversation more. We have to educate the world on these things more because, I mean, I have a background in performing arts and media, and I'll tell you one thing. I watch movies and TV shows, and I still see um, colorism being very present in a lot of these TV shows, especially when it comes to the romantic leading ladies, or lack thereof. Unfortunately, you don't see a lot of monoracial and or dark skinned actresses in these roles. It's so frustrating, you guys. But if we speak on it, oh my goodness, for whatever reasons, they're gonna gaslight those of us who notice these things. I think that's why a lot of women just say, hey, or not women, but people in general, we're gonna play the game, because people love to pretend that it's not happening, or you get people who benefit from it. I don't understand. And shout a big shout out to the beautiful, talented Zendaya for being honest. Like, a big shout out to a lot of the women out there, the actresses, or who use their platform to say, hey, straight up, this is what's happening. Colorism is real. It's really sad, though, how they downplay colorism. Why are we not ready to have the colorism conversation? I believe it's because colorism, in my opinion, I feel like it affects Black women the most, especially in regards to the media. And we all know, anytime it's in regards to a Black woman, we are the most unwatered flower on the planet in a lot of situations. So I just feel like some people feel like, oh, it's because it impacts Black women the most, then why should we care? And that's so sad to me. It is 2026, you guys. The new year just started, and I have so much hope. I hope we can change this narrative. I hope it, because it's all lies. That's another thing. Colorism, as I mentioned, it really is the racism within our own communities, and it's lies. It says you're not as beautiful or enough or as the next person just because you have a darker complexion. It's really sad. I really hope we can start having this conversation, and we can heal, and we can move forward. I mean, what do you all think about this? Do you all notice this as well? Are you all seeing this in the media, in your actual life? Or have you all experienced this? Have you all experienced colorism like in your actual life? Or do you notice this in the media? Or maybe both? Like, it's time we stop being intellectually dishonest about this conversation. It's really sad, but if you ask a whole bunch of people, they'll agree racism is wrong, and racism is wrong and disgusting and all of the things. But colorism is pretty much racism within our own communities. I don't know, you guys. It's like, especially in these times we are living in. Anyways, but as far as my, I also want to talk about The Skin I'm In a little bit by Sharon G. Flake. So this is the original, my original book from when I was like 12 years old, you guys, many, many years ago. So it's been through a lot of wear and tear. However, I want shout out to this book because this was I mean, I was about 12 years old when I read this book, and I it gave me a better understanding about colorism. However, before 12 years old, I remember as a kid just hearing about witnessing the experiences of other people, being in situations as a child where you're witnessing colorism or it's occurring, but you don't have the terminology, or because unfortunately it was pushed as something that was normalized. You don't always realize it's completely wrong. Although sometimes you feel there's something uncomfortable when it's happening, sometimes when you're a child or when you were a lot younger. But it's, to me, this book, although like I said, it wasn't the first time I witnessed it, but it put things into perspective to where I understood it, and I'm grateful for this book. So shout out to Sharon G. Flake. I'm going to read this book again though, because I feel like it's been kind of forever since I've revisited and read this book. But it's called The Skin I'm In, and I hope I always want to continue to educate myself on colorism. I by no means am an expert, you know what I'm saying? And however, I know wrong when it's wrong and how disgusting it is. With that said, yeah, I think I'm gonna end. I might actually do an actual book review on this book, like a book review. And maybe I'll recommend more books on colorism because I'm also reading more books. But anyways, thank you. If you've enjoyed my commentary on this topic, please let me know. Also, I'd love your input. How do you all feel about this? And have you all read this book? But yes, so I hope we can do better. The year just started. It is nice to see more men educating themselves. I've noticed more men are talking about colorism, and that's cool. That's awesome. I just hope we, as I mentioned, having a background in film and media, and I know how powerful media is, and just being heartbroken to see the representation, how monoracial and or dark-skinned female actresses, you guys, are so underrepresented, especially as leading ladies that are written to be desired in film. It's so sad. And they're, they want us to just accept whatever they throw our way. But anyways, okay, thanks for watching my video. I hope you all have an amazing and blessed rest of your day or night, depending on where you are in the world. Yay. Okay. Bye.